Good day everyone, and welcome back to Freex Job. Hope you are enjoying your day. And today we are going to be finishing the topic in which we started, named Pythagoras Theorem. I told you that I'm going to be giving you some more. I'm going to be giving you some examples on this topic, Pythagoras Theorem. We started it and I showed you the formulas. So if you know you didn't watch that video, I advise you go watch it because I won't be repeating that. For now, I'll be using those formulas to show you. As you can see, these questions on the board. So for those of you who are not subscribed, please do well to subscribe to this channel and invite your friends, like our page on Facebook so you can learn more. All right, so now let's move. And this is our question one here. This is our question one, and you can see a right angle triangle here, as I explained in the last video. This is a right angle triangle, and you can see they said the opposite side is 3 and the adjacent side is 4. Find the hypotenuse, which is the longest side. I explained everything here in the previous video, so if you have not watched that, I'm not sure you can understand what we are doing here. I would advise you watch that one first. So now I gave you a formula like this. I told you when they did not specify this angle, when this angle is not known, but at least you know two sides of the triangle, this is the formula you apply. The hypotenuse, which is I gave you as a square, equal to the opposite, which is b square, plus the adjacent, which is c square. This was the formula I told you apply when two sides are known and you are looking for one. Now let's push what they gave us into the formula so we can solve. Now as you can see here, they say find the hypotenuse, and that's what we're going to be looking for. Now where is the hypotenuse here? A square. So what did they give us? They gave us as x. So we fix it inside the formula, which is x square equal to, this here is b. So which side stands for b? Is the opposite. And what did they give us as the opposite? Is 3. So we're going to be putting there, b is 3, then you put your square. b is 3, then you put your square. Note, b square is not 3. It is only b that is 3. The side, the opposite side is b, but in the formula you have to square it. So you put your b as 3 and then you put your square. Then plus your c. What's your c? 4, which is the adjacent. So you put your 4, and then what do? You put your square. So now that we have arranged our question in the formula, we can now solve. So this remains s squared. You are looking for x. This remains s squared here, equal to 3 squared, which is 3 times 3 is 9, plus 4 squared, which is 4 times 4 is 16. So we're just going to add up these two. X squared is now equal to 9 plus 16 is 25. And this is x squared equal to 25. But note, this is not our final answer. Why? Because they said find x. But the formula we used, we got x squared. X squared and x are never the same. They are not the same. So now, how do we find x from x squared? How can we find x from x squared? Now note, for we to remove this square here, all we have to do is apply a square root. For us to remove this square from the top of x, we have to apply a square root. You understand? So now we simply apply a square root just to remove this square, so it will be remaining x. Now we put a square root here, and then we'll put x squared inside. Now the square root can cancel the square, and this is equal to 25. But note, I also showed you that this 25, whatever you do at the left, you must do it at the right. Whatever you do at the left, you must do it at the right. Now, you place the square root here, you must place it here so that they remain equal. I taught you this one we're doing simple equation. So if you have not watched that, I advise you watch it. I taught you this one we're doing simple equation and one we're doing collection of like terms. The videos are also available in the channel, so you can also watch that. So now we simply apply a square root here, and now it's balanced. Square root here, they are equal. We give them equal things. Now, square root will cancel square, which will now be remaining x. Now we have gotten our x. And now, what is the square root of 25? It's 5. So now, what's our final answer? X equal to 5. And that's what they said we should look for, x. So x is simply equal to 5. So the hypotenuse is 5. So you see how to use this formula to solve questions that involves just two sides. I mean, in which you know two sides and they ask you to find one, but this angle is not specified. For this other question that you can see here, you see they gave you 30 degrees and they gave you only one side. And they said find the hypotenuse. So this formula cannot work because this formula deals with three sides, but this one deals with angle. So here I'm going to be showing you the second formula which I gave you in the last video. So this is example 2. Now, if you remember, I gave you a formula like this. I gave you some shortcuts, which is known as SOHCAHTOA. You can see this here, SOHCAHTOA. I hope you remember that from the last video. Now, we will simply check here which will work for this triangle. Which formula will work for this triangle? Now, when we check this, I told you T is for tan, and this is opposite over adjacent. Now, let's check. Okay, if we have to use tan for this angle, will it work? Opposite, the angle is facing this side, which is the opposite, correct? Then adjacent, we don't have our adjacent. So this one cannot work for this question. This cannot work for this question. And now we check the second one. This is cos adjacent hypotenuse. You need your cos, your adjacent and hypotenuse. Okay, this is cos of theta. Cos of theta. Okay, that's good. We have that. And this is adjacent. We do not have the adjacent. We do not even have the hypotenuse. We are looking for the hypotenuse. So this cannot work too. So let's check the third one. This is sine opposite hypotenuse. Sine opposite hypotenuse. Now, sine of 30. You have your angle there, which is correct. Now, let's check if we have our opposite. This is where the angle faces. This is our opposite. 4. So we have our opposite here. And hypotenuse, they said find hypotenuse. So this is the perfect formula. We have our opposite, we have our sine, and we're looking for hypotenuse. So this is the perfect formula we use. And so we'll bring it out. How do we write the formula? I taught you in the previous class that you write it like this. This is sine. The S is for sine. Sine of theta is equal to, what's the first one there? Opposite over the last one, hypotenuse. I taught you this in the previous video. If you have not watched that, you please need to watch that so you can understand. So now we're going to move on. Sine. We write our sine. What's our theta? We have it here. 30 degrees. Equal to opposite. What is the opposite? I told you the side the angle faces is the opposite, which is 4. Over, what is the hypotenuse? We don't know. Given as x, which we are looking for. So we simply put down our x there. So this is what we have. And this is what we need to solve. So now, just follow me and let's get our answer. So what is sine 30? Sine 30, if you check your 4-figure table or use your calculator, sine 30 is 0.5, which is 0.5 for sine 30 equal to your 4 over x. So now, we are looking for x. So what we simply do, we are going to make x the subject of formula. We simply make x the subject of formula. And how do we do that? We cross multiply. When we cross multiply, what do we get? We get x 0.5. We get x equal to 4 over 0.5. When we cross multiply, this is what we get. After cross multiply, you make x the subject of formula so that the numbers can be in one side and the letters can be in one side. Just like collecting like terms. I also taught you that just like collecting like terms, because a number cannot divide a letter. So you have to cross multiply and put all the numbers in one side and the letters in one side. So this is x now. Now we simply divide this to get our answer. So this is x. X here will now be equal to 4 divided by 0.5 is 8. 4 divided by half is 8. So now x is equal to 8. X is equal to 8. So you see the easy steps that I took in solving these two questions, which you will encounter in Pythagoras theorem or in solving right angle triangles. If they don't give you two sides, they will give you an angle and one side. So these are the formulas you need to solve it. Even if they say find this angle, if they say find this angle, they will give you the hypotenuse. And you simply take sine inverse. It's as easy as that. So this one, they can also give you the hypotenuse and they will say find the adjacent. So you just simply collect like terms and solve, as easy as that. So this is all we have to learn today about Pythagoras theorem, and if you have any questions, I will advise that you will put it in the comment box. When I see it, I will attend to your questions. And thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe so you can learn more, and like our page on Facebook to get more updates. Also invite your friends to learn from this channel. I really appreciate that. Thank you and have a nice day.